Hello, everyone.
We want to talk to you guys and tell you what we've been up to.
We have been spending a lot of our time searching for a new boat.
And we're looking for a sailing catamaran, as many of you guys know.
Billy wants sails, and I don't want to be heeled over, so we compromised.
Do you want sails?
I do. I just need to relearn how to use them. We want sails because we'll use less fuel. We will be more environmentally friendly. And if something happens with the engines, we have plan B.
And we can go further and just be a little more self-sufficient and...
we're not reliant on fuel.
So, we've been searching for a sailing catamaran. And a few things that are specific with sailing catamarans that we've put into our search are things like we want it to be a little bit more performance-oriented rather than...
We're not looking for a condo cat. We're not going for a cat so we have more room and more luxurious space. We're looking for a catamaran because we have sails and because we also have the amount of room we need for us.
Our most difficult limitations with cats are the price. They're freaking expensive.
And as many of you know, we don't have Dad's credit card.
And with like a monohull, like you could get a monohull that's run down and really great bones of a monohull that you can kind of fix up, which I've done with Tula, which she was pretty small, but still, for next to nothing, and just use your skills and work and time to fix it up and make it into a cruising boat. And with catamarans, you don't even see that out there. Like the ones you do have to put a lot of time and work fixing up are still 30 grand. That needs a lot of work.
And 30 grand is gonna be a Gemini that needs a lot of work.
And there was one on eBay that was 60 grand and really a Seawind, I think it was, really like something we'd be looking for if we could afford it. But it was 60 grand, but the whole stern of the boat, both engine compartments caught on fire, so the whole stern of the boat would have to be rebuilt. And even it got into the bridge deck
and we're good
cabin.
with work, but we don't want to spend that much time doing work.
We don't want to spend like a year doing work. We want to spend
go.
Maybe a month or two at most. Full-time, relatively full-time doing work at the same time as making movies for you guys, showing you the process and everything. We've been scouring the internet, just
Craigslist,
seeing what's out there.
Sailboat listings,
Craigslist, Yacht World, eBay.
Everything.
And researching what is out there to see what those are like and how they're built and if they're the right ones for us. So what we found are a ton of what Sierra said, Geminis. Geminis seem to be a great boat to live on, but they're going to be sacrificing the sailing performance. I really like the style of the Wharrams or Wharrams. They're like a Polynesian style catamaran, and I really like the looks and history and style of that boat. Sierra...
I wasn't a fan because a lot of them are home built. So if you don't know who is building them and you don't know their background on boat building, then you could be getting a boat that wasn't built properly, and then you're out in the middle of the ocean and something goes wrong, which could happen on anything, but
and
it just was a fear that I didn't want to have in my head.
And there's not even that many out there in the US right now, at least, especially like nice ones. What else have we found?
Prouts,
Prouts.
The Snow Goose, they're known for good seaworthiness, but they're heavy and kind of slow.
Yeah, same thing. A little less sailing performance, heavy, kind of slow.
But they are known to cross oceans.
Yeah, definitely around the world.
And they were closer to our price range.
Yeah, so those are the main ones. And then we've kind of found a lot of off-brand ones. Two that we've come across are both Crowther design catamarans. The first one, it was down in the Chesapeake in Maryland, and my friend was getting married close by.
Brendan and Allie.
Shout out, Brendan and Allie. Congratulations, you guys. Yeah, so after the wedding, we were driving back to my dad's house, and we looked at this boat in Maryland. Here we go. Here she is. Wow.
It was too big.
It was more than we needed, that's for sure. It's huge. For the right price, it would have been fine.
But it needed a lot of work, too.
Yeah, there are a lot of soft spots in the deck and stuff, which, again, we're not afraid of because I've dealt with that before, and I know that when you start getting into those projects, it's a lot more than you think originally. A really cool style, a really cool boat, but when it comes down to it, for the price they were asking, it wasn't worth the amount of work that needed to be done. If it was half as much, we would have considered the work that needed to be done. They were asking 85 grand. So then the next one,
which is one we've been looking at since
like July or August, we found this one on Craigslist.
He was a French-Canadian guy, so he couldn't write it. He was using a translator, so it was kind of hard to communicate via email.
It was kind of hard to understand and ask him a lot of detailed questions and everything, so we kind of, put it on the back burner until towards the end of the summer. We knew we were going to sell Neverland. We knew we were going to do our New England trip. We scheduled that flight to just go look at it, and it just so happens that we sold Neverland, like, right before we were getting back to Long Island. We sold it in Newport, and
we found flights for super cheap. $80 round trip for each of us.
Like, we flew down to Florida to Fort Pierce, and we looked at this boat.
Hey guys, we have arrived at the boat we've been looking at, have had our eye on for a while. I'm checking for soft spots. That's not good.
Yeah,
You hear the difference?
People run it in there anyway, right?
It's a Crowther design boat called a Spindrift.
What the 45 was at that time.
And generally they're 37 feet long, and this one was professionally extended to 41 feet.
So this is a 41-foot long, 20-foot wide Crowther Spindrift. Nice little solar setup.
And we liked it.
This one was built
Supposedly in the Crowther yard in
Yeah.
South Africa. Some people do home build these Crowther Spindrift boats because their plans were available to buy and build, but this one was built at a professional boat building yard in Gabon, South Africa. Oh, okay. So that's your house system, and it works pretty well. And we bought it.
Stay tuned next week to see more.
My battery's about to die. We gotta go, guys, later.
Bye.